Good morning, class.
Good morning, Ma'am Phoebe.
Okay, how are you today? Okay, but don't forget to greet also our visitors today. Kindly greet them.
Good morning, visitors.
Good morning. Okay, be seated. So it's good that we're very excited today. So are all of you present? Okay, so there's no need for an individual roll call since all of you are present. So maintain that good attitude in attending your class every day. So we have discussed about what? What was our lesson? Okay, about collision. So without much ado, may I ask if you really master the concept about collisions. So when does collision will happen? Philip? Yes, very good. So when two objects, two moving bodies like cars, even motorcycles crush each other, so there will be collision. And there are three types of collision, right? So from this side, what are the three types of collision? Give one. Cindy. Okay, elastic collision. How do you describe elastic collision? Mark.
Elastic collision, we can call that as elastic collision when the two objects
After bumping, what will happen to the two objects?
they will just separate.
Okay, they'll just continue their motion and separate ways. So the kinetic energy is conserved or lost? Conserved. Okay, that is elastic collision. Another type of collision. Here, Jacob. Okay, in elastic collision. The third type. Sarangani. Okay, perfectly inelastic collision. So in perfectly inelastic collision, what will happen to the two colliding bodies? Kasa. In perfectly inelastic collision, how will you describe the two colliding bodies?
So the two colliding bodies will crash. Therefore, there will happen. So there is a heat and a sound that exists in a particular.
Okay, very good. So there will be a great bumping during the collision, and the energy will be transformed into sound or what? Heat. Okay, another form of energy. So how will you describe the kinetic energy when it is a perfectly inelastic collision? Okay, I have heard somebody here. Philip? How will you describe the kinetic energy if it is a perfectly inelastic collision? Okay, how is that change? Is it partially lost or conserved? Or totally lost? Okay, so in that case, energy is not conserved. Very good. So much for this collision. In reality, have you observed collision or car collisions, motorcycle collisions? Okay, so yes. So what do you think will be the remedy in order to minimize such accidents? Any idea? Ryan, what can you suggest?
By implementing
Okay, very good. By implementing speed limit. So that will be a very good topic to be resolved this morning. So that's it. In order to minimize and in order to help preserve lives and properties, so we have to, one is, observe speed limits. So for this morning, we're going to have a debate to resolve the issue regarding speed limit. So your objective, so at the end of this session, should be clarified regarding the implementation, whether it is to be strictly implemented or just an ordinary that what we have practiced will be continued. So you should be able to resolve and give your insights about it. Again, this will be the topic to be resolved. Speed limit should strictly be implemented. So for this morning's debate, I have assigned Angel to be the moderator. So we have two debating teams to resolve the issue for this morning. And we have also our timekeeper, Rizal Joy. And of course, you, audience, you should share your insights after the argumentation. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So may I now call in Angel Oray for the start of our debate.
Okay, I think everyone is ready to hear the different sides, explanations of our different debaters. So, before I will present to you our debaters, we have this house rule, which is every speakers have 3 minutes to present the argument and 2 minutes time for rebuttal, a total of 5 minutes. So, it seems that everybody is ready to hear our different debaters. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. From the proposition side, we have this Prime Minister. Help me welcome Reverend Rose Z. Irjano. And also, we have our Deputy Minister. We have Ferchi B. Ataro. One, we have the government's whip. We have Lloyd Stephen R. Ituran. So, we also have here our opposition side. We have the Prime Minister, Mr. Esmeraldo D. Saran. The Deputy Minister, we have Anjanette G. Bautista. And the last one, the government's whip, we have Cheza S. Alzate. So, debaters, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let me call the first speaker from the proposition side to present her arguments. Okay? Miss Reverend Rose R. Irjano.
Good morning to our adjudicators, guests, and audience. This House believes that speed limit must be implemented. Imagine driving on a vehicle as cars race by you at the blink of an eye. You are driving 60 miles per hour, the speed limit. They must be doing 100 miles per hour or more. This is not an illusion. This is the reality of driving on a highway. Believe it, it happens every day. Cars race down the road at uncontrollable speeds that cause accidents and sadly death. Speed are must for traffic control, for safety in neighborhoods, and for the avoidance of collisions. Traffic control establishes a set of rules and regulations that people rely on to help avoid collisions and other hazards. With almost 7 million motorists and 270,000 kilometers of public roads in the Philippines, traffic control of daily life. Without the control of the speed, there would be more fatalities than we already have now. Speed limit should be obeyed. A motorist going too slow could cause an accident. When everyone's traveling the speed limit, a car comes up going 40 meters per hour. If you brake everyone will, too, perhaps causing collisions. Motorists depend on traffic control to avoid collisions and travel safely to their destination. Road crashes are also likely to take the lives of 300,000 Filipinos by 2030, and that was according to the Department of Health. However, it can be prevented if we have strict policy on speed limits where we can decrease the probability of the fatalities in the road crashes. Allow me to present some facts around traffic injuries. So, more than 1.25 billion people die each year as a result of road traffic crashes. Road crashes are among the leading causes of deaths around the world. The World Health Organizations, or WHO, identifies speeding as one of the main problems that contribute to the risk of crash-related injuries in road traffic. Road traffic injuries are the leading cause of death among people aged between 15 and 29 years. 90% of the world fatalities in the roads occur in the low and middle-income countries, even though these countries have approximately 54% of the world's vehicles. And now, we are proud to propose
Okay, the speaker number 1 stated her argument with a time of 3 minutes and 5 seconds. So, let me call the opposition side, the Prime Minister, Mr. Esmeralda Sarad, to present his argument.
To the panelists, subject teacher, my fellow classmates, good morning. Let me present the motion of the opposition side, wherein this House believes that speed limit should not be strictly implemented. As stated in the Republic Act 4136, also known as the Land Transportation and Traffic Code, it specifies allowable speed limits on open country roads, cities, and municipal streets. However, the proposition side did not set the parameter. So there's a problem because they did not specify the parameter. So when you say the Philippines, we're not just talking about highways wherein they can freely drive without speed limitations. Because in fact, you go to cities like Metro Manila, Makati, Muntinlupa, traffic is the system in which obviously apply low speed only. Therefore, the implementation of strict prohibition regarding speed limit is useless. Why would we still pursue to implement such action when it is useless? Waste of time, effort, and most especially the money of the people, where in fact there are several problems in this country which needs to be addressed. Thus, we bid to agree that strict prohibition of speed limit must not be strictly implemented. And now I am proud to oppose.
Okay, the speaker number 2 stated his argument with a time Okay. Help me welcome to present her argument from the proposition side, the Deputy Minister, Ms. Phoebe Amparo.
So, the Philippines recognizes the danger conditions at higher speeds, but only pedestrians, cyclists, or other motorists also have a higher likelihood of fatalities and serious injuries. According to Professor Regina Regidor of the University of the Philippines National Center for Transportation Studies, it is said that speeding reduces one control of the vehicle among other risks. It also reduces one's field of vision, therefore impairing observation and ultimately limiting your reaction time in case something happens in front of you, like a child suddenly crossing a street. Because every year, 1.25 million around the world die due to the road crashes, which is a global problem to the World Health Organizations, which is both predictable and preventable. Road traffic crashes cost most countries 3% of their gross product. Without sustained action, road traffic crashes are predicted to become the 7th leading cause of the death by 2030.
So the third speaker stated her arguments with a time of 1 minute and 12 seconds. So help me welcome the fourth speaker from the opposition side, Ms. Anjanette G. Bautista.
So allow me to present the main argument of the motion of the opposition. This is our main argument. There is no need to implement strict prohibition of speed limit, since the main problem on why accidents exist is due to the negligence of the driver, which does not exercise critical thinking and application of being alert and ready in always considering the possible risks that would happen as an outcome of their action, which is also supported by Dr. Hoffman 2015, in which the mindset ignites the action that we show, and in connection to that statement, Ignition 2015 also said that the bulk of the number of accidents is due to the human or driver error. Let me present to you an evidence that would best prove the argument. Inlex has a minimum speed limit of 60 kilometers per hour, and maximum speed of cars is 100 kilometers per hour. Maximum speed of cars and buses is 80 kilometers per hour. However, in the article presented by the GMA News Research, accidents are still existing, with a rate of 6 accidents per 1,000 vehicles. So therefore, I counteract that the implementation of speed limit doesn't fully address the problems of accidents. Thank you.
Okay, the fourth speaker stated her arguments with a time of 1 minute and 12 seconds. So, help me welcome the next speaker from the proposition side.
So, good morning. To answer the opposition, yes, it is you say that speeding is not one of the problem in the road crashes. But according to the World Health Organization, it identifies that speeding as one of the main problems that contribute the risk of crash-related injuries. We all know that speeding is an increase in an average speed is directly related to both the likelihood of crash occurring to the severity of the consequence of the crash. So, if you say that speed limit is not beneficial or is not for the safety of the people, well, in fact, a speed limit gives discipline and teach the drivers or the motorists to drive carefully and at prudent speed, not greater or not less than reasonable and proper, having due regard to traffic and the width of the highway and any condition, then there is no existing person shall drive in a motorist. So, in conclusion to that, speed limit is highly beneficial for the motorists, the pedestrians, the cyclists, and higher likelihood to the neighborhoods of this country. Thank you.
The fifth speaker stated his argument with a time of 1 minute and 20 seconds. So now, help me to introduce to you our sixth speaker from the opposition side, Ms. Trenza Alzare.
Good morning, everyone. So, you have said earlier that Frisch Amparo and Ms. Revers-Orellano stated the statistics of the cases of motorist accidents. So where is your citations that would best prove that your arguments are factual? Then, 1.2 billion people died due to accidents. Then where is your citations? Then, where is your evidences that would best prove, Ms. Furchi, that the fatalities among motorists is really existing, or is becoming more and more of a problem? And I stand against the implementation of speed limit since it causes delay among individuals who are in a hurry in making transactions that would lead to formulate another problem, just like the loss of opportunity in employment that would result to poverty, which is a problem of the government that remains unresolved. Now, how can you say that the strict prohibition of speed limit is the best solution? Not just the solution, but the best solution, when it brings risk and would worsen one of the extreme existing problems of the Philippines, which is poverty. And to support with the main argument, now let's go again with the negligence of driver causes accidents, which supports that implementation of speed limit is not a must to implement, considering that it is a burden to you, the government, since it requires a long period of time to process, and even big values are needed, where in fact it doesn't fully address the problem regarding accidents, as what our Prime Minister, Mr. Esmeralda had said. Why wouldn't we focus in improving and strengthening the existing laws relevant to the topic and would develop the skills of individuals in discipline, just like Republic Act number 10586, Section 1, or the Anti-Drunk and Drug Driving Act of 2013, introduced by Jerry Espinada, which prohibits the drivers to travel in the influence of alcohol and drugs, or Republic Act 10913, or the Anti-Destructive Driving Act, a bill penalizes drivers who use mobile phones and other electronic gadgets while driving a vehicle or while stopped by red light on the road. By improving the existing laws, we will not just address the problem regarding accidents, but also refrain from formulating bigger problems and would not waste time, for it requires short period of time compared to the implementation of the said prohibitions regarding speed limits. Thank you.
Okay, the speaker stated her arguments with a time of 2 minutes and 54 seconds. And now, I will give 2 minutes for the both team to present their summary. Time is up. May I call the representative of opposition side to supplement their summary.
So this is the summary of the opposition side. Since there is a problem in setting the parameter of the proposition side, and the traffic is still existing, in which obviously apply low speed only. So why would we still pursue to implement such action when it's useless, which will waste time, effort, and most especially the money of the people, wherein there are several problems in this country that needs to be addressed. And there is no need to implement such speed limit, because since the main problem on why accidents exist is due to the negligence of the driver, which does not exercise critical thinking and application of being alarmed and ready. So I stand against the implementation of speed limit, since it causes delay among individuals who are in hurry in meeting transactions. And another problem, just like the loss of opportunity in employment, that would result in poverty. So now let's go again to our main argument, in which negligence of the driver causes accidents, which supports that implementation of speed limit is not a must to implement, considering that it is a burden to the government, since it requires a long period of time to process and even big budgets that are needed. So, do you believe that implementation of speed limit is the best way to refrain from accidents? And do you believe that if properly implemented, this will solve several problems? Do you believe that there is no any exemption of people behind the authority and power that they have? The very own daughter of our president, Ms. Sara Duterte, have abided the ordinance due to overspeeding, considering that she is one of the leader and an icon in their area, Davao City. Or maybe she thinks that she has the authority and power which would exempt her from committing such violation. So lastly, do you believe that all vehicles are not exempted in the strict prohibition of speed limit? Answer me yes or no. Okay, you said yes. If that's so, then what would you do if with the emergency vehicles like ambulance, fire trucks, and police cars, in which the chance of survival depends on them? And through your response, I have delivered my strongest argument as an evidence that the implementation of speed limit must not be implemented.
Okay, the speaker stated their summary with a time of 2 minutes and 54 seconds. So now, may I call the representative from the proposition side to supplement their summary.
Let me present to you the summary of the proposition side. So the Republic Act number 4136 concerns to the safety and welfare to those vulnerable road users, which are the pedestrians, cyclists, and motorcyclists. Because according to the World Health Organization, nearly half of those dying in the world's roads are deaf. Road crashes are among the leading cause of deaths around the world. Road traffic injuries are the leading cause of death among people who age between 15 and 29 years old. Because the Philippines recognizes the danger of speeding, which this Republic Act sets the limits of speed that it will mandate the allowable speed limits on open country roads, city and municipal streets, and through fairs. And to answer your question, no, because according to Chapter 4, Article 1, speed limit, what about those who are driving the hospital ambulance? According to Chapter 4, Article 1, Section 35, restriction as to speed, the rates of speed herein above prescribed shall not apply to the following. 1. A physician or his driver when the former responds to emergency calls. 2. The driver of a hospital ambulance. on the way to and from the place of accident or other emergency. Any driver bringing a wounded or sick person for emergency treatment to hospital, clinic, or other similar place. The driver of a motor vehicle belonging to the armed forces while in use for official purposes in times of riot, insurrection, or invasion. Thank you.
The speaker stated their summary with a time of 1 minute and 53 seconds. May I call our advisor, Ma'am Phoebe Ruiz. Ma'am.
Everybody give hand for a very nice the verdict. Okay, so we have 3 points and 2 points for proposition side. Okay, so for the final judgment, before anything else, before we proceed, okay, let me acknowledge the presence of our dynamic, supportive, and beautiful senior high school coordinator, Ma'am Ellen. Okay, we have also this morning the head of the Related Subjects Department, the ever-active Ma'am Lolita Eleuterio. And beautiful also. They're all beautiful. Yes, and also we have our guidance advocate, Ms. Jewel Bacalian. Another beautiful lady here, okay, that can give the final assessment regarding this debate that we have this morning. We have Ms. Crystal Hope. So, to give some insights regarding the issue being resolved, may I call in Ms. Crystal Hope to share also the performance of the 2 debating teams.
Hello, good morning everyone. Congratulations. Congratulations debaters. Again, let's clap our hands for our debaters for giving us a very substantial debate. So, with regards to the flow of the debate, so I will just focus on the 3 M's on how did the debate was done based on 3 M's, the manner, matter, and method. Okay, so when it comes to the proposition side, I'm very saddened that one of their main role is to propose the parameter, wherein the Prime Minister was not able to give us, okay? Because as I've said, the parameter is the backbone of the debate. If there is no parameter, the clash will not be possible. Okay? So I would like to congratulate Mr. Saraj for being very critical in listening to the speech of our Prime Minister. So he was able to tell us that the parameter was not set. However, yes, he was able to recognize that there was no parameter, but until dun lang, he was not able also to give us what should be the parameter. Yes, he was not also able to give it, but he was able to recognize that there was no parameter, but he did not propose. Okay, so still there is no clash. Okay, so when it comes to our Deputy Prime Minister, so her role is to give us arguments. What are the benefits if speed limit will be strictly implemented? Okay, so she was able to give us that only the problems about the implementation of when there is no implementation of the speed limit, yun lang. The problems that had occurred before based on the statistics and the studies, figures and facts, but she was not able to give us the benefits. Why is it practical to implement speed limit? Okay, so that is your main role. Should be able to give us the benefits of speed limits. And then when it comes to Anjanette, yes, very good. You were able to give us some facts that yes, there are some places wherein they implemented speed limit. However, still the existing cases did not solve. Okay, so yun, that's your good point. And I would like to commend you for that. Very good. Okay, and then, yes, and for our whip, you were not able to address some of the arguments that they were stated. You give your own arguments, still stating the same facts presented by your Prime Minister and your Deputy Prime Minister. So, yun. And then, our kalaban, quote-unquote, opposition whip, kring-kring. Okay, so you were able to rebut their arguments. Hindi naman yun mahirap kasi only one about the accidents. But when it comes to method, as a whip, your main role is for rebuttal. So you only have to rebut what are being presented by the other side. But you are not allowed to give or supplement another arguments. Yes, yun. So Kring was able to state that if we will strictly implement speed limit, there will be a delay for workers. Okay, that's an argument. That should be presented by Anjanette or Sarad. So it's not your role because you're only for rebuttal. And then another thing is you also said that we already have our existing laws. Why don't we implement it well instead of creating another laws? Okay. So still, dito yun siya. Okay, it's not your role because you are a deputy, you're a whip. Okay? When it comes to government's to the reply, just give us the summary and convince us why you will win this debate. Yun lang. That should be the content of your reply. Summary and convince us why you will win. Summary. But nonetheless, still a good debate for a first timer. Again, congratulations everyone. Thank you, ma'am.
So thank you so much, Miss Palma. So they will be really enlightened and they will improve their performance regarding how to resolve a certain issue. So for the assignment of everyone, since only few have shared their insights, so you're going to write a reflection paper about the topic. Okay? Again, everyone, will be your assignment submitted by tomorrow to write a reflection paper regarding the topic, which is, again, say it.
Speed limit should strictly be implemented.
Okay, is the assignment clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any more questions? Okay, so for tomorrow, we will have another interesting activity. Okay, for the result, we will be giving the award, which is Best Speaker in both team. So, the best speaker for the proposition side goes to Reverose Irijan. And for the opposition side, the best speaker should be the whip, Miss Reza Andrade. Okay, your award will be given tomorrow. The winning team for this debate, who do you think?
Proposition.
Congratulations, and I hope that you will heighten your performance on the next activity. Thank you very much.
Your alibi.